I met someone. A Miraculous Ladybug Adrian at High School AU fanfiction, Chapter 1. Whoever this Adrian Agreste is, Marinette has never heard of him in her life. Which, with all things considered, is very strange, because she knows practically everyone in her school. It's not like she goes to a very big high school. She is quite literally on the student council, so she knows all of the comings and goings of the school clubs. Could Adrian be new? Perhaps that's why she's never spoken to him or noticed him around school. Or in her current history class or something. Alas, she will meet him now in this group project. Or later, since everyone seems to have already paired up except for her. Marinette, Adrian is absent today, so you may begin your project without him, her teacher swoops over to say. She nods and gathers the books that have been assigned to her history event. So, you're partners with Adrian? Nito says with a sly grin. Good luck. She raises an eyebrow at him. What's that supposed to mean? Marinette questions. He only shrugs back at her. Like, you know, Adrian's Adrian, Nito says. She stares back at him because that explanation it's anything but helpful. What on earth does Adrian's Adrian supposed to mean? He's nice and friendly, of course, but he's like really shy and like really excited at the same time about like everything. He's pretty chill and normal, but like he's also kind of strange at random times. Meredith blinks. Okay, so this kid is a big ball of contradictions? Cool, she says slowly. Thanks for the heads up. But then Nino gives her a strange, scrutinizing look. Do you not know Adrian? He finally says after a minute or so of analyzing her and making her feel vastly uncomfortable. No, she says in a small voice. Should I? The brown-haired boy starts to sputter like he's joking. Marinette's expression breaks into one of panic. Should I? She repeats, but Nino isn't calm enough to answer the question. He finally takes a breath and gives her a shrug. I mean, like, you're Marinette Dupan Chang. You know everyone. Like everyone. That's half your reputation, he points out. I'm surprised that you don't know Adrian, Nino says. Marinette sighs. I mean, I'm surprised too, she admits. Well, you'll be fine. Adrian's great, and after you meet him, you can claim back your title of knowing every single person at the school. Nino pauses for a second, which, for the record, is kind of weird. Like, how do you know so many people? Did you host some convention just to, like, meet people? He asks. Marinette glares at him icily, and he puts his arms up in surrender. Just asking, he says, trying to defend himself. Marinette rolls her eyes and lunges towards him, pretending to deck him. Nino reacts just as quickly, pretending that she actually did land the punch and fakes throwing one back. They fall into a rhythm. Someone slow motions a hit and the other pretends to be in pain and throw one back. It's a funny scene and catches the attention of at least half of the class before the teacher finally notices. Nino, Marinette, get back to work, he snaps. Marinette mumbles an apology and sneakily throws one last fake punch to Nino. He proceeds to fall over to the ground and earns another harsh look from the teacher. The project turns out to be incredibly easy, even though it's only her working on the research portion. The sources are so jam-packed with information, she's able to finish the first packet of questions in less than 20 minutes. Technically, they have 3 more days to work on the project, so if she's productive enough, later when Adrian comes back to school, they don't have to do much at all. Hopefully, Adrian is a hard worker and won't wait around for her to do the work. Marinette winces at the thought of him being like some of the other people she's worked with. As much as she's a friendly person with a caring attitude, sometimes she comes across someone who thinks that she'll just be an easy ticket to an A. That is a very terrible assumption to make. Marinette likes to think of herself as kind, but also fiery. She has no qualms about tearing someone apart if they try to use her for any reason whatsoever. Therefore, if Adrian decides to be lazy, it will be the last time he ever chooses to do so. Hi, you're Adrian, right? Yeah, sorry I was gone yesterday, he says with a shy grin. Don't worry about it. Merida says, all but tossing him a book that he catches with ease. I have the first 2 pages down. We only have 1 more to do, but it shouldn't take that long. Okay, I can do most of it since you already did so much, Adrian offers. Merida looks at him in surprise. No, it's fine. We're doing a group, she emphasizes the word group, project. Adrian nods shyly and looks away from her. Yeah, I know, but I just feel kind of bad, you know? Since you already did most of the research already, he says. Merida doesn't say anything. I mean, she doesn't really know what to say. I could get started on making the presentation PowerPoint after we finish the packet. Sure, yeah, do that, Marinette says, slightly awkwardly. Adrian all but dives into the book, reading and writing in no time. Marinette, however, is unable to really think about the words because, wow, Nino was right. Adrian is very nice, clearly, but also odd. 20 minutes in, she finishes the 4 questions on the packet that she said she knew. It almost makes her embarrassed because yesterday, she had almost been done with the entire packet in that amount of time. However, today, Marinette is a little distracted. She can't stop looking at Adrian and has no idea why. There is something about him that seems so oddly familiar and different at the same time. He's clearly friends with Nino, so maybe it's because they have the same energy, and that's why Marinette finds it to be so familiar. But there just seems to be something else. Like, it's almost like she's seen him before, and maybe she has. That idea makes her stomach turn because that means she totally missed a person at her school, and like Nino teased her about, Marinette makes it her job to literally know everyone at school. She swears the little goals out of the kindness of her heart because, well, it feels awesome to have someone say hi to you in the halls. But though Adrian has some pretty common features, green eyes, fair skin, blonde hair, there's something else that makes her feel like she's seen him before. The only question is, where? Alright, I'm done with the first 4 slides, Adrian announces, breaking Marinette out of her little thinking trance. We only have 3 more to make, so it shouldn't be too bad. Marinette opens her mouth to agree, but to her surprise, there's nothing that comes out. She's suddenly speechless for no reason at all. We can either finish it now or, save it for the next few days. What do you want to do? He asks her. The way Adrian looks at her makes her freeze. He turns to look at her with the most genuine look in his eyes. Marinette smiles, nervously. How is he making her panic so quickly and in such little motions? We can just save it for the other days, or else we'll have, nothing to do whatsoever, she says, looking away from his gaze because he looks like he just so genuinely wants her opinion, she doesn't even know what to think. Adrian nods and shuts his computer, and then reaches over to close down hers for her. Perhaps if the school had made the executive decision to have nice computers or laptops, that action would have mean much. But this is not the case. The school has really old computers from years and years ago, which means shutting them off is an absolute pain. The power switch is in the most annoying place, ever, and you have to press and hold it 3 times. And sometimes it doesn't even work. However, Adrian had just very kindly took the annoyance for her. Marinette can't help but gape as he just sits back and pulls out a book, as if he didn't just help her with a job that some people have literally fought over. No, seriously, she's seen fights over who has to shut off the computers because apparently high school students have no brain cells. Thanks, Marinette says awkwardly. Adrian looks up and smiles. No problem. He keeps on reading and Marinette tries to stop looking at him because, gosh, he's really nice and he really is strange. She finally tears her eyes away, and thankfully he never noticed her looking at him with a perplexed expression. Even if he did, he certainly didn't say anything about it. She opens up her notebook, full of plans for an upcoming school dance, and nearly audibly shouts at how much work she has to do. No doubt they'll go over budget again, and that means if she can't come up with a good fundraiser idea, they may miss out on all of the things they promised the student body. Gosh, she's only in year 11, and it feels like she's the CEO of a company. Lovely. Are you okay? Meredith lifts her head up from where she buried it in her arms and sees Adrian looking at her with a worried expression. She laughs a bit, feeling silly. Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry, she says. He looks unconvinced, but looks down at her notebook. There's a flash of understanding in his eyes. As he nods slowly. Planning a fundraiser? He guesses. Meredith gapes. How did you know? She asks in shock. He chuckles and gently points to her pencil mark underneath the underlined word fundraiser. Oh, she says, blushing hard. That's probably why. Adrian nods with a kind smile. You could do a fashion show fundraiser, he offers in an idle tone. A fashion show? Yeah, like, you're good at design, so it'll be well done, and, well, we live in Paris. So many fashion majors are looking for small works to put on their resume. Maybe they'll help. And it'll be cool enough that most of the school will want to go, he explains. Meredith thinks over the idea for a second. It's actually a really good one. You're a genius, she proclaims, and it just makes him laugh. No, seriously, that might just work. Thank you. Thank you so much, she says with excitement. Happy to help, Adrian says in a soft tone. With that, he gathers all their books and goes to put them away, something that she had totally forgotten to do. How nice of him. When Meredith comes home that night, she gets to tell her mother that she has met someone new at school, and he is very nice.